Reporting to you live here from Estadio da Luz in Lisbon, Portugal. It's live from last week, episode 213. Let's go! Welcoming my fellow JayWalkers to another episode of Live from Last Week. Hope last week has served you well. Just a quick shameless plug before we go on. Want you guys to like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. So this morning, after getting off a relatively decent first night of 2 night shifts, going home to get an okay 3.5 hour post-night shift nap, I played chauffeur to Tito Eddie and Tita Mone, taking them to Pearson International Airport to drop them off in this cold, frigid Toronto weather. It's cold. And say goodbye to them, sending them off for their trip to the Philippines. Hi Mom, hi Dad. But now, making my way to Scarborough through rush hour traffic to make my second night shift in a row tonight. I just have a quick birthday shout out to one of my childhood classmates who I'd call across the hall Thomas every time I'd see him. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Thomas. Happy birthday, Thomas. And we've got a birthday shout out to one of my beach volleyball friends who I've seen develop his beach volleyball skills from year to year. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Jason. Happy birthday, Jason. I'm hoping that everybody has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. So getting off a stressful end to my second night shift this morning, we got home to be bothered by our smoke alarm making noises, aka these 3 chirps, continuously, which I thought was an easy fix, just needing to change the battery. But this particular model had no doors or battery compartment to be found. So after notifying building management, they said that they'll send in the super to come and check out this malfunction. Then, after waiting and passing out on the couch, I was only able to sleep for less than 2 hours, as I had to make the trip back to my parents' place and use the skills that Tito Eddie had taught me just last week to help them shut off the water valve that Tita Mone had mentioned to me she forgot. But now, this evening, after dropping off the wife to the local salon, I drove all the way back downtown to the Eaton Center to do what I planned last week. I headed to the Vessi store to try to exchange the gift that I got myself for Christmas. But after trying out a pair of shoes that were actually the right size, this model for me was a little bit uncomfortable. And maybe thinking about returning these shoes for a gift card for a future purchase at Vessi's. So, making my way back to Scarborough anyways, I decided to stop by work and do a mini carpool with the co-workers Tiffany and Josie. But yeah, before we go on to a big long day that we have set for tomorrow, we just have a quick birthday shout out to the niece out there who I kidnapped from school a couple months back to hang out and take her out for lunch between classes. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Kay. Happy birthday, Kay. I'm hoping that everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. So passing out for almost 7 hours last night, the wife and I made our way using the TTC and airport shuttle, arriving at the Air Canada Cafe Lounge to get some of these delicious sliders and chill here with the wife with a quick afternoon/evening layover to meet one of our friends who we visited the last time we were here in Montreal and be introduced to his wife, Alyssa. Going to also where we were on our last visit to the famous Centre-Ville Duns to enjoy this great feast of food, catching up with this great company. Now, prior to boarding for our next flight overseas from Montreal, and enjoying the comfort of the Maple Leaf Lounge here at the Pierre Elliott Trudeau International Airport, we've just got a quick birthday shout out to one of my cousins out there who I've enjoyed steel bottoms with in Jamaica. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Tanya. Happy birthday, T. And we've got a birthday shout out to one of my former coworkers out there who we last saw running in a race in Niagara. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Lindsay. Happy birthday, Linz. I'm hoping that everybody that has their birthdays today are doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time, and had a great celebration for your birthdays this year. So, flying out to our destination of the day on an overnight red-eye flight, seeing the sunrise and only getting about a single hour of sleep on the flight, distracted by the brightness of the sun as well as the beautiful sights outside the airplane early this morning. We were able to safely land and lug our luggage on these cobblestone streets, arriving for our first day here in Lisbon, Portugal. So, just wrapping up last night, was hitting up one of my 2025 New Year's goals of watching a professional sports game in a league that I haven't watched before. Witnessing this Liga Portugal match at Estádio da Luz. Watching in person SL Benfica win the match. From these amazing corner flag seats, where the wife and I were actually featured in the background of the live TV broadcast of the game, as you guys can see here. I also had actually caught the wife making a cameo on the video board at the stadium, while I was having one of the best times ever at a live sporting event with all of this atmosphere. And guys, post-game, just like I've done in the past while back home in Canada, The wife and I had made an order through the Too Good To Go app, making a stop at this local shop late at night, where we got all of these items in a small order. Which now brings us to where I was this morning, where after a much needed 6-hour sleep, I tried one of their Portuguese tarts here for the first time. Oh, so good. Which had actually also came out of this Too Good To Go order, and headed out for day 2 in Portugal for an all-day long day trip to Sintra. So with that music video wrap up of yesterday's activities, including visiting the beautiful city of Cascais, and enjoying at the local restaurant of Jardim dos Frangos, more delicious food that I would definitely recommend if you're ever in and around the area or even visiting Cascais. We got back to Lisbon to see if we can find the higher lookout points and views, especially to try to find the best area to see the beautiful Lisbon sunset. Then walking the Lisbon streets at night, and finally visiting, going into a place that we saw that was closed a couple nights ago. The wife and I visited the world's oldest bookstore located in this city, where she found and bought the Portuguese version of The Little Prince for her collection that she has obtained worldwide at this historic bookstore in Lisbon. Then after going to another famous and popular place for pastéis de nata, we bought and tried out this store's version of the Portuguese egg tart at the hotel. Good.
Mm-hmm. Better than the one yesterday.
But next, after passing out for more than 6 hours, but sleeping late cause we were too busy trying to look for flights for our next leg of our trip. But unfortunately not being that successful. This morning we went to the local Iglesia de Santa Catarina Roman Catholic Church for Sunday morning mass. Before getting some delicious looking food here in Barrio Alto. Then taking the streetcar to get us to a must-visit place while you're here in Lisbon. Checking out the Torre de Belem, where I was able to run towards it during low tide and actually physically touch the tower. And yeah, here's one travel tip that I have for you guys if you ever visit Lisbon. Is instead of approaching the tower from the east side where all these tourists and people are, which just might ruin your shot or picture, I'd advise you to go to the other side to the west of the tower, where there are less people and therefore you are able to get a better picture in. We also had the opportunity to visit the Padral dos Descobrimentos, a monument dedicated to the well-known historical world explorers, before hitting up the birthplace of those famous Portuguese egg tarts at the world-renowned pastéis de Belem, and trying out the hot and fresh and ready OG version of these Portuguese egg tarts right in front of the store. How is it? They're good. Then heading back downtown to the tourist known place as the Pink Street to pose once again for a pic, this time modeling my umbrella. Getting in my 10,000 steps over the day already. We took the famous Route 28 Lisbon tram, a must-do while you're in this city, which allowed us to take a scenic trip through the neighborhoods of Lisbon. But unfortunately, having us just see foggy views outside our window because of the weather. But now, this evening, just researching on what we're going to do / how we're getting around tomorrow. I think we're just going to call it an early night and try to catch up on some sleep. So last night, after leaving you guys with my Too Good To Go app, I went out in the rain to this pizza shop just down the street, getting this order for only €4, taking them out one by one, revealing this surprise bag of 4 pizza slices, which I thoroughly enjoyed, as you guys can see here. Before getting in a great overnight 7-hour sleep. Then in the morning, getting to the metro station and seeing this random selfie booth. The wife and I posed for a free selfie while waiting for our train here at the Santa Apollonia station in Lisbon. We next got on our way of transit to see these beautiful sights outside our train window. Taking a ride just 3 hours north of Lisbon to get to the São Bento station, ending up in the city of Porto. Then after, we started walking the beautiful cobblestone streets to get to our accommodations for the next couple of nights, with several of these scenic lookouts that we can enjoy from our Porto apartment. Then after relaxing for a little bit, we headed out for a free dark night walking tour around Porto, adventuring these streets at night with scenic views of the city across the river, listening to stories and legends in and around the Rua das Flores area that we're staying in. Then afterwards, for dinner, we checked out this affordable place for their well-known prego sandwich, which the wife and I both had enjoyed, as well as having our first taste of the Portuguese beer, Super Bock. It's good. Then making our third Too Good To Go purchase of the week and getting all these random items. I got the wife's reaction to how she looked like when she opened this surprise bag.
So much. How much did you pay for this? €30. Ooh, burgers. Chicken. That alone is already a lot. Ooh, salad. Ooh.
That's it. And now, before we leave you guys for the week, I just have a quick birthday shout out to one of my friends out there who you guys remember I surprise tripped out when I randomly ran into him at a Walmart parking lot. This birthday shout out goes out to you, Jeff. Happy birthday, Jeff. I'm hoping that at this time you and the family are doing well, staying safe and healthy, and that you had a great celebration for your birthday this year. And yeah, with that guys, we'll wrap up this week's busy Live From Last Week episode right here. So, if you guys have enjoyed what you've been watching, feel free to follow JayWalkerPOV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notifications bell to be notified when new videos from JayWalkerPOV come out. And once again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we'll see you next time on Live From Last Week.